Between the Threes here, back with another video, and today I am going to be giving you guys the best playbooks in NBA 2K22 Myteam, in my opinion, of course. But before I get started, please leave a like on the video, smash that subscribe button. If you have anything to add to the video or any questions or comments, please comment down below. So we are into weekend 4 of the season 2 of NBA 2K22 Myteam. It took me, if you follow me on Twitter, you know that it took me a long time to get my 4th ring, but I finally did it. Thanks to a quick quit after matching up with the same guy 3 times in a row. What else? We got, I don't know if you, this kind of went under the radar. So if you don't know, take a look at the exchange and you will see every hour you can get a new shoe boost. All you have to do is add 20 shoe boosts of any kind. And some of these diamond shoe boosts go for 20,000 MT. So you can, let's take a look. Unfortunately, I have to go all the way down to the back. So I'm going to do one right now just before I talk about the playbooks. And then I'll show you what you can get out of this. Like these, I don't know what these bronze ones sell for. Let's do some crappy ones here. Interior, never going to use these on any shoe. Might use those. Steel, I'll keep just in case. But these, I don't think they go for much, maybe 75 MT. The point is, you will likely never use these just because we get so many of them all the time. And so now there is a, I don't know if that's worth it, but now there is one every hour that you can do. So I did two of them on Thursday or Friday or Saturday, one of those days. And I didn't get anything great, but it was still more MT than I sacrificed. And then it gave me something that I would use regardless. So let's see. So we get so there's a prime example. We get a 3-point shot +4. And so before I even check the price of that, let's go into here. Let's take a look. What are we doing? No, shoe boost. Let's take a look at the bronze ones. So we have so many. So they sell for 10. So 20 bronzes times 10, that's 200 MT. And I just got one that is worth, where are we here? It looks like I'll be able to sell it for, I don't know, maybe 10,000 at least. So we are going to throw that in the auction house. So this is an easy way a low risk way to hopefully make a ton of MT. So we're going to go into shoe boost, diamond. Oh, you can't choose the name of it. Okay. So maybe I will sell this later and we'll do that. So if you take a look here, I have a 14 Hall of Fame badge, 45 gold badge Jason Tatum that I souped up. I think I spent 175K on him, used badges that I had. So I'm hoping to cash in on that, needless to say. So let's get into the playbooks. The reason you are all here, so I have every playbook except for the Warriors one because I just sold it. It was going for a little bit, so I just sold it. So in my opinion, the absolute best playbook in this game is the Pelicans playbook. Now, if you've watched earlier videos of mine, you'll know what I mean when I say I love the Pelicans playbook. My favorite 3-point play in the entire game is in the Pelicans playbook. It's very simple. It's very quick to run. And so if it falls apart, it's very easy to just run it back. So I find that using the Pelicans playbook when I'm playing domination or when I'm just grinding XP against the CPU in any 5-on-5 format, I use the Pelicans playbook. Assists and threes, I mean, I can almost close my eyes and just get those. I'll leave a link to the Pelicans playbook down below if you want to check that out if you haven't seen that video yet. It's been last year. There was a play called High Five. that was basically the closest thing to quick through STS from 2K20, which they took out of the Nets playbook. The closest thing in the game that I have found is a play called High Five that gives you easy wide open layups, but it's not as effective this year. They kind of changed the movements in the play to make it not as effective. But that's okay. The reason why I love this playbook is for the 3-point plays, and they work tremendously well. The second playbook I'm going to talk about is the Kings playbook. The Kings playbook has a couple of other 3-point plays that I really, really like. I've gone over those as well in a past video. That playbook, extremely affordable. You can get it for a buyout price. There's a couple 3-point plays in there that are, again, that work tremendously well, especially if you have shooters on your wings and you're trying to get assists and 3-pointers or just points in general. They're also really helpful to run when you're playing against the CPU. You don't have to use a bench a lot of the time because you're not using a lot of stamina from your players. I was just playing a domination game earlier today, testing a couple of these plays before I made this video, and I used Davion Mitchell as my point guard the entire game against the superstar CPU in NBA 75, and he never even got the Gatorade symbol, and he's a Sapphire. And I was using Kyle Korver to launch threes, and I think I hit 23 threes that game, all with him. And I just had Tyson Chandler cleaning up boards just to get all areas of the XP. So that's going to be my second favorite playbook for sure. I have to also give a shout out to the Trailblazers playbook. The Trailblazers playbook has a ton of definitely more complicated plays that aren't as quick to run, but there's a play in here for a look for almost every spot on the floor. Another playbook that I've gone over already. I think my last video was the Portland Trailblazers playbook. That has a really good one. Once we start getting shooting centers, like this weekend we got Marc Gasol and Arvydas Sabonis. This is a good playbook for bigs like that. And then when we start to get true stretch bigs, like if you have a Porzingis, this would be a really nice playbook for him. Out of position cards when they start coming. Again, the Trailblazers playbook, it's a good one. You can get it for $250 right now. I have a couple actually in my auction house because I think when maybe the next Spotlight Sims we get or another domination, I think the Trailblazers playbook will be going at a premium. The Bucks playbook, a lot of people when they're trying to run 5-out, they'll just use the Hawks freelance and then they'll pass and screen away, and it kind of spreads the floor that way. But the problem with that is not a true 5-out. That kind of takes your shooting guard and your small forward and it brings them almost out to the hash mark on the wings. The 5-out in the Bucks playbook is a true 5-out, and it gets everyone in a shooting position on the floor outside of the 3-point line. And so if you're driving, if your game is kind of driving and kicking, the pass and screen away with the Hawks freelance won't work at this stage of the game because not every card is souped up with limitless range. The Bucks playbook, however, if help comes from when you're driving and kicking, if help comes from anywhere, that player is open and that player is ready to shoot at the 3-point line. There's no limitless range needed. There's none of that. So if the player you have on the floor can shoot, then it will be no problem. I'm planning on doing a video on how to 5-out properly, probably my next video after this one. So stay tuned for that. So that'll be my fourth favorite playbook. And then my fifth favorite is a classic in my team, is the 13 Heat playbook. Let's see how much that's going for. Yeah, it's not even wow, you got one for 400 in there. So it is cheap. Not many people are using playbooks just yet because we don't have any CPU games like domination or anything like that are against Hall of Fame difficulty teams. So they're all still quite easy. But when these playbooks start to matter is when we start getting maybe the next round of dominations, maybe Spotlight Sims, where you have to use lower tiered cards. When you need to fabricate open looks that you can't get just by zigzagging around with your cards and all that kind of thing and setting screens. you're going to need to run plays that actually work. And in the 13 Heat playbook, you have exactly that. I haven't yet gone over this playbook yet. A lot of people have, and this playbook has remained unchanged from past years. So if you've seen a video on it before, then you know what's in it and you know how powerful it is. But that'll be my 5th favorite playbook in NBA 2K22 Myteam. Now, again, if you have any questions about these playbooks, please leave a comment down below. I'll be more than happy to help. If you want to refer to past videos I've done on the Trailblazers, Pelicans, or Kings playbook, I'll leave a link down below. I also have a playbook playlist that you can check out on the screen right there. The Bucks playbook, how to 5-out properly, will be the next video on the way, so stay tuned for that. But that's going to be it for me, guys. Between the threes, and I am out.